Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. That's it, right.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Testing, 1, 2.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest, Eric Roberts, and
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alexander Nevsky.
5,
Nevsky,
6, 7, 8.
actually.
That's what I said.
Nevsky.
I always mess up names like that.
That's okay.
Nevsky?
He has a
Nevsky.
cool name, Nevsky.
Yeah.
Nevsky.
Nevsky. With a Y or an I?
Nevsky, Alexander
Okay,
Nevsky.
okay.
And it's a huge honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. I love that voice. That's great.
It's a voice to remember, dude.
Man, yeah. It's a voice like it's at attention. Standing at attention, like, yes.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm from Russia and I'm a little bit nervous. I forgot all my English already, but I'm here with two legends, with you and with Eric Roberts. I mean, it's a huge honor. Thank you.
Well, that's very nice of you, and thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So you got the movie that's out right now.
Today, actually. Maximum Impact.
Yeah.
It's out today. It's day and date. It's in theaters and on video on demand and all the digital platforms. Nice action comedy with great Eric Roberts, with Danny Trejo, who was your guest a couple of days ago, right? With yours truly. And, you know, I won Missy Universe 3 times, and still, for me, it's dream come true to the movies. So hope your audience will enjoy it. Maximum Impact.
So you must look up to our what's his name?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold,
Yes,
yeah.
I did. I was very skinny, but to be honest with you, as many people in Russia, because they never really legally released Hollywood movies in Russia in 70s, 80s, I mean, even beginning of 90s, and action movies, because, I mean, Arnold and Stallone, they killed so many Russians in their movies, probably. That was the reason why they never released that movies, but still, we watched them on pirated videos. And yes, we watched Commando and Conan, but also we watched Best of the Best 2 with Eric Roberts. I mean, we were inspired, and we listened to your music. So again, thank you for your music. We did.
You're welcome. So is it easier to watch stuff now in Russia, or is it still?
Oh yeah, it's completely different country, and
yeah.
Eric can vouch for that, right?
Oh, yeah. I go to Russia. I've gone to Russia, made 1 or 2 movies every year since 1993.
Wow.
And it's completely different now. It's like anywhere USA, really, truly.
Do you, where do you go? Moscow, Petersburg?
Everywhere. I've been everywhere, but mostly Moscow, but everywhere.
Have you been in the sticks?
Oh, yeah.
What's
Oh,
it
yeah.
like in the sticks?
Cold.
Yeah.
In the wintertime, you want to die, almost literally. It's pretty awful.
Yeah.
But
Well,
but
he
the
was working.
people,
He was
oh, yeah,
working
oh,
in the
yeah.
sticks.
But the people are so approachable and endearing, and they'll give you the cut off their back, and they'll feed you, and they're just lovely, and they like Eric Roberts in Russia.
How's so if you're in the sticks, and you see a bloke milking his cow, does he look around and goes, "Oh, there's Eric Roberts"?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they do.
Wow.
Yeah, it's neat. Yeah.
And what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say now.
Like a lot of times I'll be recognized in the sticks, as you call it, in Russia, but they don't really believe it's me. But they'll explain to me in Russian
That's yeah.
how I look like blah 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 blah, Eric Roberts, blah 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 blah, and what they're saying is,
Yeah.
you look like somebody I know in the movies, Eric Roberts.
Yeah.
Even though you're older than he is, and you're obviously not him, but you look like you could be.
Yeah,
I've
Roberts.
heard that 25 times.
Eric Roberts didn't have grey hair.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So obviously, in the big cities, is English language. Is that still hard? Is it?
Not overwhelmingly, not a lot.
But better now, right?
Oh, it's so much better now. But you actually have it in places like in hotels now. You can find English speakers. But when I first started going there, even the hotels, no.
Yeah.
You had to have a translator.
I was there in 2008 with the Sex Pistols. We did a couple of shows, one in Moscow and one in St. Petersburg. And I found it not a lot of people spoke English. And we were warned not to walk on the streets because you're going to get done over, mugged. Was that true?
In Moscow, they told you that?
And St. Petersburg, yeah.
Eric, what do you think? I mean, in the center of Moscow.
I've been alone at all times of the day and night, all through that city, and all I've gotten are hugs. So I'm not the guy to ask. Moscow loves me, and I love Moscow.
And Jonesy,
Yeah.
when you go next time, just let's go with me and with Eric. I mean, and it will be a completely different experience.
I'm sure going anywhere with you, you'll be safe.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's maybe the guy who told us that didn't want to deal with us, walking around and.
Maybe he was overprotective.
Yeah.
And also, there's a lot of stereotypes about Moscow, St.
Right.
Petersburg, Russia in total, right? And that's another reason we made Maximum Impact. Because, again, it's for entertainment, it's an action comedy, but it's a film where Russians and Americans working together, not killing each other,
Yeah.
working together, and I think it's timely.
Yes.
Especially with everything what's going on now, it's timely to make a movie like that,
Yes.
Not full of stereotypes and hate, but about partnership.
So what? Go on, Eric.
I want to give 2 shout-outs. One to Alfonso Macaulay, who's in our movie. This wonderful young actor.
Yes.
He just kills it. And to my stepson, Keaton Simons. He does the music for this movie. And one of my favorite, because he's all over television, his music. But one of my favorite uses of his music is we close out the movie with my kids' tune.
Yeah.
And he kills. This
Great music.
Keaton Simons.
Great
website,
music.
too.
And what Keith created, our director, Andrzej Bartkowiak, he directed Doom and Roma Must Die and Cradle to the Grave. I mean, he made Jet Li's U.S. career.
Yeah.
But when he heard song right away, Keith's song, he
Yeah.
wanted to use it in the film. Yeah, right away.
So he's an action guy, the director.
Yes.
Primarily, yeah.
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 But he was a great director of photography before.
Yeah.
In fact, in 1978, he was a DP for my mother-in-law on a movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who knew?
Who knew, man?
Yeah.
So do you think it's is it a spoof on an action movie? Is it like comedy?
It has comedy. It's like if an action film can be a black comedy.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I didn't want to say that in case he hit me.
No. I cannot.
He's a very passive man, actually. He's really a
I
sweetheart.
can tell he is.
He's
I
a
can
he's a
tell.
lovely guy.
I can tell he is.
And a big fan.
I can tell he is. Thank you. What do you think it is then? The I don't want to just be politics, but I'm very curious. Why is there this angst between Russians and Americans, and Russians, all this stuff meddling with internet? What
You mean in real life, right? Not in movies, in real life.
in real life?
Again, unfortunately, I think there's a lot of propaganda on both sides, unfortunately.
Sure.
And we're not talking about politics because we're artists, but I don't think it's good because I'm a child of perestroika. I'm a child of new Russia when Soviet Union collapsed and it was a new Russia,
Yeah.
open to people, open to all the world. And I'm child of that, So I think, again, with all due respect, my colleagues in Hollywood, they also should make more movies, not full of stereotypes and bad Russian guys. They should make more movies about friendship, about cooperation during the war or after the war. Because there's still, with all due respect to China or whatever, it's just two, biggest countries is United States and Russia. We should be friends. And we were all the time, more or less. So, to say in the least, I think we all should change the situation. Don't think we should wait for politicians to wait the situation. We also can change it, And I think that radio show right now for your audience, you have a Russian guy over here with broken English language, but still, that film, it's about friendship, and I hope your audience will like it.
Yeah. Where did you say it's being shown at?
In Moscow.
No, when's it come out here?
Today,
Today.
in limited theaters and on VOD and all the digital platforms. Yes, today.
What, Netflix?
That too.
Yes. Netflix is a little bit later because first they release it in theaters, on video on demand, on iTunes, on Blu-ray. It's everything today. And-
Blu-ray. They still have Blu-ray?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They do. Actually, it will be my first Blu-ray in the United States.
Wow.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. So you do you still work out?
I do. I know. I don't look like I work out, but I still. I don't weigh 320 pounds anymore, but like 260, 270. Yeah.
And you was Mr. Universe in Europe?
In Europe,
three
times. Yes, 3 times.
In a row? 3 times in a row?
In a row. Yeah. It was fun, and I love bodybuilding, especially natural bodybuilding, without drugs, without steroids,
Yeah.
and
The hard way.
exactly, and that's why you can keep your health longer. And that's exactly what I told you before our show, and what I want to say to all your listeners. They should do fitness for themselves, not for someone else, just for themselves.
Not for vanity reasons.
Not for, of course not. I mean, they will feel better. They will look better.
Yeah.
Them. Yes.
Yes. I used to work out a lot when when it was vanity more than anything else, though. In the 90s, me and Mickey Rourke, we used to work out a lot.
You look great. I remember.
Yeah. I even did a little bit of juice, to be honest with you.
How did it make you feel? Did it make you an animal?
A little angry.
Yeah, it's
A little angry. I mean, I didn't abuse it, but
But it made you a little angry.
yeah, I didn't like it. My back got a bit of acne.
Testosterone. Arr.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't advise it, to be honest with you.
Well, we're way too old now to be juicing it.
Yeah.
Plus, unfortunately, that's what killing bodybuilding now. Because it's not a little bit for the athletes right now. I mean, it's just they're abusing so much. I mean, they don't look like humans anymore. You don't want to look like them. All my generation wanted to look like Arnold, but no one want to look right now like professional bodybuilders who compete here in the States at Mr. Olympia, because they look like they're not humans, kind of like characters from Lord of the Rings or whatever. I mean, with all due respect, I mean, they just walk hardly, and it just I love bodybuilding. I made my career in Russia because of bodybuilding, but you have to be careful. That's about your health, not about your muscles.
And roids are definitely not good for your health, for your liver and kidneys.
It's very bad. And now, actually, 20 years ago, people knew less about it, right?
Well, human growth hormone is taking over now.
That's the new thing for older dudes, right?
Yeah.
I refuse to do any of it.
Human growth hormone keeps your sex life going. Blah blah blah.
Does it really?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I do a lot of reading.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go down that road.
I have a quote, but I won't say who it is.
Okay.
But I have a quote.
Go on.
If I had known about human growth hormone, I'd have never done steroids. I won't say who it is.
Well, I think I know who that was by that accent. You good at accents? Give us your English one, Eric.
Sort of, depends on what part of England you want me from.
Peter O'Toole. Did you tell me you had a Peter O'Toole story?
Peter O'Toole's story. I love this story. When he and Burton first got Beckett together, they are both drunks. They're both drunks at a very young age.
Yeah.
And they shot the first week and went splendidly. Oh, my God, this is going to be such a great movie. Oh, my God. It was a great director. I forget who it is right now, but blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God. Okay, call Richard. Call Peter. Blah, blah, blah. They're not home. Well, try to get hold of them. We can't find them. Okay, we'll call them tomorrow. Tomorrow came and went. The next day came and went. The next day, they couldn't find them. They finally found them 10 days later in Tijuana, drunk.
Yeah.
They get them back. They sobered up. Had a great week. They did it again. They did it 4 times during that movie. They kept vanishing for a week or 10 days to drink.
Yeah.
Then they'd come be sober for a week and work.
Yeah.
That's how they shot that movie.
Yeah.
And that is an incredible film. Have you ever seen it, Beckett?
Beckett, yeah, it's classic.
It's incredible. Those
Yeah.
guys were drunks who were sober that week when they shot that scene. I love that story.
Do you think that probably helped them? Their way they was, them guys.
Well, when you're that kind of addict,
Yeah,
you need your fuel.
yeah,
While you're addicted, you
Yeah.
need the fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Do you ever see that movie, VIP, with Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor?
I don't think I did. Tell me about it.
They're in a hotel. This is at the height of, they were like the darlings, Richard Burton.
Right.
And, not the Hollywood, but the cream of the crop.
Right.
And it's a movie based in Heathrow Airport, where a bunch of VIPs are in the room, and there's a bunch of other scenarios going on, and there's fog, so the plane can't take off, and the whole movie is about that. It's great.
VIP.
It's called VIP. Yeah.
I can't wait to rent it.
I bought it on Netflix. Not Netflix, iTunes. It's great.
Great.
Really, really great.
Really great.
Should we play some music? We're here with Eric Roberts and Alexander
And we're also missing.
Hold on, I've got to finish it.
Nevsky.
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 Okay, I'll get it by the end, I promise.
Thank
Nevsky.
you.
What was you going to say?
And we're also missing one of my favorite people, Danny Trejo, who got into movies in 1986
Through you.
in Runaway Train, and is one of the coolest cats on the planet.
He was here a couple of weeks ago.
Isn't he a great cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he said that you was the one who kind of got him in that?
Well, the guy who wrote Runaway Train was
Yeah.
a man named Eddie Bunker, and
Is he related to Archie?
no,
Okay.
but the same kind of voice.
Hey.
Anyway, so he asked me if I would pick Danny Trejo as my boxing partner in my boxing scene.
Yeah.
And I said, well, which one is Danny Trejo? And he said, he's a Mexican with a tattoo. I said, okay. So I line up all these guys for me to pick, and they're all Mexican, and they all have tattoos. So I say, wait a second. So I get on the phone, I call Eddie Bunker. I say, Eddie Bunker, they're all Mexican, they all have tattoos. Who do I pick? He's got a picture. He's got a tattoo of a little boy on his chest and a sombrero. It's his whole torso.
Yeah.
So I picked that guy, and that was Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
One of the coolest cats I ever hung out with.
Yeah.
Loved the guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And actually, it was directed by a Russian guy, Andrei Konchalovsky.
Andrei Konchalovsky.
Runaway Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's play a song. We're going to play. Have you heard this one? It's called Radio Stars, No More Russians in Russia. Have you ever heard this?
No.
It's like a punk song.
No.
Jonesy's Jukebox, Calloway, take it away. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS
Oh, the radio voice. That was cool.
with my guest Eric Roberts
That's me.
and Alexander Nevsky.
That's me.
How are you guys?
We're great, thanks to you.
You're meant to do the English accent when I do the American one.
Oh, right. All right. So you're asking what?
So Eric,
Right.
what have you been doing lately?
I don't know. I've been traveling so much. It's hard. I'm tired.
I know it's hard.
I've been walking a lot.
Oh, really?
A lot.
That's great,
I
Eric.
mean, of course I fly, but I walk in between.
You walk on the plane,
I walk on the plane too,
up
right?
and down, yeah.
Up and down, right, to get the exercise.
That's where you get your exercise.
Exactly right.
That's great, Eric.
Right. I love your American accent. It's good. It's good.
Now I feel bad because I cannot do American accent. I cannot do English
You just have the one accent, right?
Yeah, but you
I
got
mean,
that
I have
voice.
Russian accent and I have broken English language. That's all I have.
Have you ever tried, like, trying to imitating?
No, actually. But in our film and Maximum Impact, my friend Matthias Hughes, great actor and great action star, he tried English language like, one moment, please. One moment, please. I mean, I was trying to repeat. I was better than that, but Matthias did it great.
And he couldn't speak any English, and that was his one.
No, I mean, he can speak English. I mean, he can do anything. I mean, and Matthias did a great job in the film. Mark Dacascos was also in the film. Bialing was in the film. And again, and actually script was written by Ruslan Manna, the guy who created Rush Hour franchise. So when you mention Maximum Impact as a black comedy, kinda, but mostly it's an action comedy in that kinda genre, because kinda like Rush Hour, but modern type of thing. And again, it's about friendship. Friendship. Yep.
And it has a big cast, right? There's a lot of people in it.
A lot of people, a lot of characters. But again, Eric was there, and Eric was very supportive, which was very important to me.
But don't forget Danny Trejo, Tom Arnold. We had a lot of cool people. William
Yes.
Baldwin,
Yeah,
who I'm a huge fan of. He's a cool cat too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you produce it or anything, or you just?
I produced it. I produced it, and I created a story.
He's the boss.
That's what you was talking about in the green room.
Yes, exactly. I produced.
Arnold said to you,
That's another story, and I already
Oh.
said it to Eric and to you, but I'll repeat that first person who watched Maximum Impact was Arnold Schwarzenegger, my idol Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I was very skinny kid in Moscow many years ago. I didn't do any sports till I was 14, and I watched Conan the Destroyer at Moscow Film Festival. I don't know who invited Conan the Destroyer to Moscow Film Festival at 1986, but someone did, and I was so inspired, and I started bodybuilding and basically changed my life. And when I went to America first time, 15 years ago, Ralph Müller, who was with Eric and Best of the Best too, great actor and great German bodybuilder, he
Great
introduced
guy.
me to Arnold. And I asked Arnold about advice, and I asked him, what should I do here in Hollywood so I will not depend on anyone? And that's what he told me. He told me, keep your audience in Russia and produce yourself. Try to do that. And 15 years later, he was the first guy who watched Maximum Impact, and he loved it,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was
He was very
great for me.
supportive.
What did you have when you grew up? Was you poor? Was you middle class? What was you?
You know, in Soviet Union officially, we didn't have poor or rich, but actually we did, yes. And my father never supported my mom, so my mom had to work like 15 hours a day at the factory to support me and my sister. And we didn't have any money. We didn't have like dacha, like a house outside of Moscow or a car or whatever. Never did. But my mom, she was always optimistical and positive. Yes, she worked a lot.
Yeah.
But with us, she always explained it that all the difficulties in life, I mean, you should smile at them. You should fight. You should get an education. And she worked, hard for me. And of course, now she lives like a queen, for many years. And my mom, and always happy. And she's actually the first one who watched my movies, not Arnold, to be honest with you. But yes, we were poor, but to be honest with you, I think it doesn't matter how much money do you have in the beginning. It's about your inner strength.
Yeah.
It's about you believing in yourself. It's about your will to change your life and life of people who you love. It's about that, I think.
Yeah. You see, Eric, there's hope for you yet, mate.
Right.
And you're both laughing, and I understand that. But for me, again, it's a huge honor to be here with you because I love your music, and to be here with you because I love your films. It's a huge honor.
He was talking about that all the way over here. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you both.
I want to teach him a bit of Cockney.
A bit of Cockney.
Say, all right,
All right.
All right.
all right.
All right.
Don't go to the I at the end. Just go, all right,
All right.
all right.
All right.
That's not bad.
Almost.
That's
almost,
not bad.
Almost there.
All right.
All right.
All right. No.
Oh, man.
Russian with bad English and with British accent. I love it. I should do it more often.
Russians always had a tough life. Second World War, all the wars. It's like, not only that, it's freezing out there in the sun. They're like tough people, Russians, wouldn't you say?
We are, but as Eric said, and I'm sure you vouch for that again, we're really friendly, and right?
I love Russians. Love them.
Yeah.
I have so much fun there every time I go, and I go like twice a year.
You know what the mystique is? Is that no one knows about Russia, so they're just informed with what they're given from America, really.
Of course.
For me, there is only one very negative thing about Russia, and that's the deep winter weather. Oh, it's awful, dude. It will stop you in your tracks. You open the door, no, close the door. It's that bad.
Like-
it's awful.
20 below.
Oh, it's gross. It's just awful. You can't breathe. It's gross.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's a beautiful place. It's got cool people. They all cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jonesy, you're right, because I remember I was on a plane once from Moscow to LA. It's a straight flight. It's 12 hours flight, right? And I watched 3 movies in a row. One was Equalizer with Denzel Washington.
Equalizer?
Equalizer with Denzel Washington killing Russian bad guys, right?
Equalizer.
Equalizer. Another one was November
Sounds like
Man.
a battery.
Exactly. November Man with Pierce Brosnan killing Russian bad guys.
Yeah.
And the third one was Taken 3 with Liam Neeson killing bad Russian guys.
Yeah.
You have that stereotypes and kind of propaganda in every other Hollywood movies. Of course, the audience think that Russians are bad because they watch. Even in my favorite TV show, Ray Donovan, now suddenly he fight Russian bad guys or whatever. So I think we all should do more movies with all due respect. I understand it's entertainment. I understand it's not that serious, but it is in a sense, because we should make more movies with Russian Americans supporting each other, not killing each other, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's the Cold War, isn't it? It's the Cold War.
Kinda,
syndrome.
again. Yes, exactly. And Maximum Impact, as I see that, Maximum Impact is another sign that there could be different films.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Netflix. You can check my previous film, Black Rose, which I directed. It's on Netflix now. It's about Russian cop who joins LAPD for 1 month to help them to find the serial killer here. And in all my movies, Russians and Americans working together. I'm trying to do that.
Yeah. Do you think anyone's been to the moon?
I hope so.
Oh, you're saying that you think it's a scam?
In a way, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think we have been. Only because if we hadn't been, if it was a scam, it would be done more often. I think only one-time thing is not going to happen.
Yeah.
No.
Because Russians had. Did Russians ever supposedly go to the moon? They were the first to go around the orbit, right?
Right.
Yes, Gagarin, Yuri Gagarin.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
went to the space. Yes, he was the first man. Yeah.
But no one supposedly Russians landed on the moon.
No,
Right.
Yeah.
never did.
I'm always curious about space, and again, what information you're getting. Is it a soundstage? Is it actually real? But that a conspiracy. I don't like being a conspiracy guy, but I always like to question.
I'm a conspiracy guy, basically, but I believe we've been to the moon.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do. I believe we've been.
I'm still on the fence.
Yeah.
I'm still on the fence. Should we play some music? Let's plug your movie again in your English accent.
Right.
Maximum impact.
It's called Maximum Impact, and it's awesome. This guy right here, Alexander Nevsky, he's awesome. Great big guy, very nice man.
Muscles in his spit.
Muscles in his spit. It's something. Yeah, right. He closes his eyeballs and his cheeks flex. Right.
Maximum Impact. You can see it.
Everywhere today, in theaters and on video on demand and all digital platforms, iTunes, everywhere.
Yeah. Did you doing a premiere for it or anything? You're not bothering with all that red carpet nonsense.
Hopefully.
I've got my tux hanging up at home.
You do?
Right, just in case I need it.
Right. What colour is it, Eric?
It's black, like tuxes are for the most part.
Yeah, I like white ones.
That's called a dinner jacket, I believe.
My cummerbund! Where's my cummerbund? Should we play some music or are we duking? We're going to play Blondie. Contact in Red Square. Jonesy's Jukebox, Eric Roberts and Alexander Nevsky.
Nevsky.
Yeah. Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS, short one. That was Blondie, Contact on Red Square. We're here with Eric Roberts and Alexander Nevsky. And we're going to knock it on the head in a minute. But if you're interested in seeing their new movie, Maximum Impact, comes out today on all the major outlets. Yeah? Eric?
Right, exactly right. Comes out today on all the major outlets, and including Netflix and all this sort of stuff. You get it at home. You can just sit at home with your legs up and watch the movie. It's
Yeah,
great.
let's watch it.
Right, let's watch it.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
don't-
great action comedy. Yep.
It's a great action comedy. All kidding aside, it's one of the most fun movies to watch I've been in since Expendables 1.
Yeah. How long did it take you to do, Alexander? How long was the project? And obviously was it all shot in Russia?
It was mostly shot in Russia, like 85% was shot in Russia and like 15% here. And we spent 2 years making a movie. I mean, we shot it over like a couple of months over there and some pickup shots and some scenes for a couple of weeks here. But the post-production and CGI and first we released it in Russia where we had like a big premiere and everything. We dubbed it completely into Russian for the Russian release. After that, it was sold pretty much everywhere internationally. And now it's out in the US. So it's like a couple of years for sure.
Yeah. You was happy with the director?
I do. And actually, I was a big fan of Andrzej Bartkowiak before because, again, he did Doom with Dwayne Johnson. And I think it was first great Dwayne Johnson action film. And he established Jet Li in the States with Romeo Must Die and Cradle to the Grave. Yes. And actually, we invited some actors from Cradle to the Grave because Kelly Hu, Tom Arnold, and Mark Dacascos, they all worked with Andrzej on Cradle to the Grave. So, yes, I was happy.
Did you pick him being the boss?
Yes, he is my friend. I know him for many years, and he also worked on a script. He polished the script with Ruslan Manna. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
As
Cool.
a producer, I did.
Well, I want to thank you guys for coming by. That was a blast having you here.
It's great to meet you, man. It
Thank
really
you
is.
very much.
It really is.
I
Thank
love
you.
his
It's an
voice.
honor.
Your voice, man, is
Isn't it great, his voice?
It's great.
Yeah.
To
It's a
hear it
radio
from
voice.
you, I mean, it's a huge thing. Thank you.
okay. One more time. All right,
All right.
we're going to visit the Duke. We'll be back in a minute.